Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. First off, I'd like to apologize for the fact this is a week late, but school projects are a thing. Anyway, we're back in the Orlox Quarter's warp room because, well, this is towards the area I need to go next. I can feasibly... No, actually I can't explore this place yet. Or at least any further. We're actually going to head to the next area. Which is one we've actually seen before, we just never really explored. Ow! I hate these guys. Jesus! It's very rare I actually get hit by those guys, too. Huh. Nope. Well, that takes care of my health problem. Anyway, now we're gonna enter this place. And this new area is one of my favorites. Welcome to the Colosseum. Which has one of my favorite tracks in the game. Because I love kick-ass guitar music. The Colosseum is a weird area, honestly, because it's almost completely symmetrical. Which, mind you, for a Colosseum, kind of makes sense. But, actually, at the same time, it really makes completion easy, I suppose. I don't know why I'm complaining. Oh, no, want the holy water? Nope, holy water. This is like one of the 3 rooms where almost every single, or at least all the really good, sub-weapons are. I'll take that hard max up. How am I doing on experience? Pretty good. Also, hopefully that stupid loading problem won't happen this part. Hopefully. Oh, these guys! Paranthropus! If you are playing the clear game data you can unlock after you beat the game, these guys are your best friend. Why? They have a chance of dropping a weapon by the name... not a weapon, an item by the name of the Ring of Varda, which is a disgusting accessory. What does it do? Well, it boosts your stats up the wazoo. I'll put the exact stat boosts up on screen now, because I don't remember them off the top of my head. Anyway, we just got the Blood Cloak, which is worse than the Crystal Cloak. Though, when you get damage, it does restore your heart count, so it's actually fairly useful for that. Stupid D-pad, there we go. Love that. The Holy Rod. Love it as a weapon, but I really hate that sound effect after a while. I don't feel like dealing... Oh, come on, you are not dead. There you go. And here we get this elevator. Which doesn't really do much. I'll enter that room later. While I'm on my way out. I cannot mention it enough. This game's soundtrack is kick-ass. The thing, the PlayStation era seems to have that a lot, because Final Fantasy 7 and 9 are some of my favorite game soundtracks ever. And speaking of the PlayStation 1, some of you might already know this, but I recommend if you have a PlayStation of any kind, portable, Vita, 3 or 4, go check out the PlayStation Store now. Why? The rare, very rare in fact on disc, and the practically near impossible to emulate, at least for me, PlayStation 1 game, The Misadventures of Tron-Bon has been added. That's right, the prequel to Legends 1. Which means I should probably get on downloading that, because I've never played Tron-Bon, to some extent. Anyway, here's a bit of a curious little fact. Soul Steal, as I've done multiple times, you know, restores some of your life and it damages the enemy. However, it can also do that to Castle. Creature of Chaos, indeed. There's an item up there, we'll get it later this part, actually. My plans go according to... if everything goes according to plan, because we're pretty much going to finish this area, head back to the library for a bit, come back here to get that, and do some various other things. Also, I should mention, in case my map, especially in one room down in the southern end so far, or lower end so far, looks a bit more complete, that's because the way I'm going to be handling map completion for this is, unless there's an item in it that's very important, I'll just do it off screen. Now to the right is the boss, so if you want to complete this area in one go without having to do much, just head left first. And here we also activate this, so now we have a shortcut into the Royal Chapel. Actually, what does this do again? I forget what that does. Probably nothing good. Oh, here's the really redundant thing. Since this place is so symmetrical, there's 2 save points in really close succession to each other. I don't get that. Just another reason this game is pretty easy, honestly, because save points are pretty common. And the music loops. That's one of the few things I don't like about the game. I like it when music doesn't restart. Oh, wait, I hate this room. Ow! Whew! Whoa, that's a lot of money. Anyway, and here we get one of the most powerful weapons in the game, the shield rod. Except it kind of sucks, doesn't it? The thing is, as it says there, it's extra effective with a shield. Do I have a shield I can oh, not the Namakura. Where'd it go? There you go. Do I have a shield I can demonstrate this with? Yes, I do. Because first off, here's the shield rod on its own. Pretty weak and pathetic at short range, though it does have a little thing like that actually is I think that's actually a Gradius reference. Because I think it actually fires enemies. But the thing is, if you press the shield rod attack in compliance with a shield, you get a shield exclusive ability. That's pretty badass. My favorites are the Iron Shield and a certain endgame shield we'll get eventually. This is horribly reversed. There we go. So, the shield rod can be useful, but I'm not going to be using it much, though. Like I said, it's technically one of the most powerful weapons in the game if you know how to use it right. Oh, this guy! I feel sorry for this guy. I just murdered his owl and he's sad over it. Poor guy. Didn't we encounter that guy earlier? Huh. But yeah, I actually really like the Owl Knight's detail there, where he actually, like, gets sad over his owl. I forget if the owl has an effect if you take him, the guy out first, but that's just because I haven't played this game forever. Oh, hey, dude! Kung Fu Grandpa! Kick ass! And he just exploded. Twice, in fact. Oh, no! I learned years ago to avoid armor lords as much as possible. Especially their cousins much farther down the line. Good lord, those guys are damaging, but they give so much experience. Anyway, I love this room because what are those guys called? Valhalla Knight. Oh, whoa, I didn't know he could do that, actually. The Valhalla Knights are hilarious with Holy Rod, because it's like stepping on spikes in Mega Man. It just, wow. That's satisfying. Anyway, let's head back to that save point so I can do the thing. Oh, by the way, I actually completely forgot to do something the last part. I forgot to put in the description the link to the underground garden. I'm going to be doing that this part instead, actually, because, first off, I think it's just a better timing for it. And, yeah. The Saturn actually gets a couple exclusive items as well, but none of which are worthy of note for now. There will be one, probably in part 4 or 5, that's worth of note, though. Though I might show off the Saturn version at some point for the Maria mode. Not so much the Richter mode, because the Richter mode's in this, but... yeah. Anyway, let's head after the boss, shall we? Oh, a library card, thank you.
Who are you? Open hell's gate! Come forth, my servants! The scent of your blood, you're a Belmont. Crush this flea who invades my castle!
Okay, so Richter's insane. And now we get to fight the Minotaurus and the Werewolf, both of which, if you have the Iron Shield, especially for its combo with the Shield Rod, are very easy. However, Soul Shield is also very effective. Like, they're both dead now, I think. Yeah, they are. Suck it.
I'm certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
And another life max up. And now we're... Whoa! Almost forgot about that. Oh, boy. Yeah, there's a switch here. Anyway, here we get the form of mist. So now Alucard can somehow turn into mist. It's very situational, honestly. You can phase through stuff like that. However, there's actually two doors like this we've encountered before. One back at the outer wall, which I went through a little hidden elevator to skip. And one back at the library, so that's why they gave us the library card. Where is that? Do you guys see it? There you are. And here we are. Oh! Weird little difference. First off, let's get my Holy Rod back on. Weird-ass little difference is that in the Saturn version, the library card takes you right here, instead of out there for some reason. Actually, I want to check with the old man. Let's sell the gems that I've gotten. Alright, what can I buy? You know what, I'll buy an Iron Shield, just because I like having that thing around, just in case. Anything really good, though? Oh, the Joseph's Cloak! I forgot to mention that. This is actually a really cool cloak. In your system menu, and by that I mean the game options, you can actually change what color it is. I really like that. Yeah. And that's a castle map. And the castle map, now some rooms are filled in with us that we weren't able to see before, but as you can see, I've been to most of them. Either way, I'm going to meet you back after, in the area where I found that, thing last part, the mist door, later in the library, because that's just time I can save by editing. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright, here we are. And now that we have the 4 mists, we can pass through here, and get probably my favorite item in the game, the soul of bats. So now we can turn into a bat. That's a wolf. That's a bat. And by holding X and then doing a 3/4 circle from the top to the front of you, you can do the wing smash, which is really good in both versions for speedrunning purposes, because that just moves really fast. However, one of the points that the Saturn version gets to this version over me is that that thing is infinite, technically. Well, it's infinite as long as you have MP, because it goes until you hit something. Anyway, now that we have that, we're going to head to... first off, I can just do this section here in the library first. Because now that we have the platform, there's actually a bit more in terms of map we can complete. So I'm going to go out of my way to do that. Because map completion's important in this game. Do I have to soul steal a bitch? Oh, come on. You filthy peasants. Mind you, after the way Alucard played in Castlevania 3, I can understand why they do that, because, he was pretty bad in Castlevania 3. Oh, that's a weird thing. If you say no to overwrite data, it'll actually allow you to save in a different slot. Which is, kind of weird. Not many games do that. Unless it's an RPG kind of save system, obviously. Go away, Corpse Weed! And now with the platform, we can get up here. Let's get that little box over there, and we're good. And by coming over here, we get something new. The Fairy card. This is our first familiar card. That's in Relics. You can do that to summon a familiar of any kind.
Thank you for giving me life!
The familiars have various powers, like the Fairy can use certain items on you and such. We won't be getting my favorite one until a while from now, but let me tell you, when we get my favorite, it's gonna be great. I'll just have the Fairy on because, yeah. The familiars do have their own experience system, which levels up as long as you do damage, or as long as they do their job, depending on the one. But the only one that'll be reaching a high level is a certain sharp one, if you catch my drift. Anyway, now I'm actually going to go where? I could feasibly do that area in the top right now, but I'm going to wait on that. You know what? I'm going to meet you guys back in the clock room. Because now there's stuff we can do over there. Alright, and here we are. Now that we're here, we can actually use the bat form to fly up this little hallway. And get something cool. Or some things cool. First off, if we head to the left, we get a potion, a hammer, and a life apple. The hammer and the life apple are items the Fairy can use. The hammer frees you from petrification, and the life apple is pretty much a... what's a good other series equivalent to it? It's an item that pretty much brings you back to life afterwards. Either way, and over here we get the more important item, the gravity boots. The gravity boots are awesome. Press down, up, and jump, and you do that. Alright, and I'm gonna head back down to the clock room because it's a lot more quiet down there. What I'm gonna do now is actually go in kind of a circle around that castle to do stuff. First off, you might remember when I was falling down to go into the catacombs, not the catacombs, the tunnels last part, there was a door I couldn't quite get to due to the fact it was in a weird position. It's right here, actually. We're gonna go do that now, so I'm gonna meet you guys over there. Alright, and here we are. Hey, sweet, I got over here. So now that we have the bat form, we can go over there and find a new area we didn't have access to before. I'd rather not have the stopwatch, though it'll actually probably be more useful than the holy water coming up. And we get this little room here, which has the claymore, which I think is a better sword than the holy rod is. Yep. That's going there. Oh, it's a double sword, though. Oof. Might as well show it off, though. Double-handed swords are, as usual, to game slower, but more powerful, as I went over in, like, part 1 when we got the red rust. I was thinking that's a one-handed sword. There's only, like, maybe one two-handed sword I ever use, though. A second one if I'm feeling different. Was I thinking... Oh, first off, is there something over here? I always forget if there is. No, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, this room is pretty special. Every single one of these pots holds a meal ticket. What meal tickets do is that you use them and you get a random food item in return. And some of them can actually be pretty good. Ooh, and over here we get the Moonstone, one of my favorite accessories, actually. I'm gonna replace the secret boots with that. It raises your stats depending on the in-game clock. Not the system clock, the in-game clock. And since it's after sunset in the game, that gives you a pretty decent boost. There's also a Sunstone we'll find later, which does the exact opposite. And a save point. I recommend using this one. A lot. For reasons. Hey, another save point, but this one's purple. Interesting.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But, Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I'd gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard.
My mother never said such a thing.
What do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my mother. What kind of demon are you?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Demon, death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you've got.
And the Succubus boss fight. Fun fact, it's more clear in concept art, but she's wearing no top or bottom. She's only wearing that corset. Gross. I didn't mean to do Dark Metamorphosis there, but I'll take it. The Succubus is honestly a really easy fight. Especially if you get Soul Steal off, which apparently I'm failing at the moment. There we go, that's where you are. I do like her sprite work, though. Then again, this game's just animated beautifully. Oh, come on. Stop pulling phantom bullshit. This isn't Mega Man 01. I actually forget how much HP she has. Oh, never mind, there she goes.
Darkling, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be... that strength, that beauty? You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you!
Oh my. And we get the gold ring. Gold ring, well, where? Clock. We'll find out what that means later. Anyway, one weird thing about that scene that's always bugged me. When the Succubus first speaks, she has a bit of a seductive tone going on. But then when she dies, she goes randomly Polish. What the hell? It's almost as bad as Resident Evil. Good lord. Anyway, next up in my little circle of backtracking, I'm heading back here to the first room in the game. So I'll see you guys over there. And here we are, and there's an Owl Knight here now. Poor guy. Now, I know for a fact, by now, the underground garden should be open, so that's why I put the thing here. Although, using a glitch, it is possible to gain access to the first room in the underground garden, but, that's just a glitch. It was supposed to be in the game originally, but it wasn't, but it was taken out due to reasons. Anyway, over here we get something rather important. The power of Wolf. Now, I think in terms of pure speed, the Wolf is actually the fastest way to travel. Think is a massive keyword there, though. Because I believe it's... Oh, here we go. First time here. Sweet. Wow, that takes forever. At least it only took about 20 minutes. If we check our relics, I think no spells. I forget. Either way, it's in the relics. Where is that? Power Wolf. So now we can run much more quickly as the Wolf. I think it's a Hadouken motion? No, I think you just double tap it and then you go really fast. Dear Lord. Anyway, before we go to the next location, a couple more things I'd like to show off is that there's a secret in this room. If you enter this thing as a bat and leave as a wolf, I think it is, a hidden door opens down here. And in here we get another life apple and a jewel sword. The jewel sword has the random chance of turning enemies into jewels upon defeat. There's also another area we can explore up here now that we have the bat familiar. Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention about the fairy that just occurred to me is the fairy will tell you if there's something hidden in a room that you can break, like the ceiling we broke back in the Colosseum, or the floor we broke to get the Holy Snorkel. Damn you, Blade! No one liked Blade Trinity! Except for me, because it was kind of funny. Kind of is a keyword there, by the way. And over here we get a really pointless save room. Seriously, I'm only ever over here once. There we go. Why is this here? We're actually getting quite a bit of the way through the castle, as you can see. There's only, I think, 2, technically 3 areas we haven't been to yet. And we also get the Holy Mail, which is Holy Elemental Mail that's strong in the Silver Plate by quite a bit, actually. I know it's strong versus Holy Attacks, which are very rare, but that defense increase is well worth it, honestly. Anyway, next up, I don't want the dagger. We are going to meet, over here in the gallery. Or, Alchemy Laboratory, there we go. Alright, here we are in the Alchemy Laboratory. Now that we're here, we can do a couple more things. Namely, come up here to what I like to call the Armory. Almost every single sub-weapon in the game is here. We also get the next upgrade for the, the Wolf, the skill of Wolf, which is the Hadoken motion, I believe. Yeah, pretty much it's an automatic go into the speed boosts, part. Yeah, I can get you guys there shortly. So I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling. Note, I do believe it costs MP just to be in a form. I think. I cannot... Later in the game especially, it's really hard to tell because you have so much MP. And I've never really done a low-level run of this game, because doing a low-level run is honestly kind of challenging because enemies give you so much experience. So just killing one in the late game would probably give you, like, practically 2 levels. Possibly more, depending on the enemy type. Anyway, we're back in the area where we fought Slagra and Gaibin. Now that we're in here, we can actually come up here to a room we weren't able to get to until now, which contains the Bat card, which is getting switched... Okay, really? Which is getting changed out for the Fairy card. This summons the Bat Familiar. What this thing does is it fires at enemies, and the higher level it gets, it'll actually start spawning familiars. To the point that when you are a bat, it starts acting like it's a Gradius freaking option. Next up, we're gonna explore some parts of the alchemy... not the alchemy laboratory, we're already here. The Royal Chapel, namely those areas right there. I'll see you guys over there. And here we are back in this room in the Royal Chapel. So now we're gonna do stuff here. Note, one thing I have forgotten to mention until just now, actually, is that, why did that not... Oh, that's right, you have to get right in the corner, I could have sworn? Oh no, you have to go over here, that's right. It's really stupidly picky map there, guys. Anyway, one thing I'd like to mention about the bat form is that it actually has multiple sprites. The design of it depends on what cloak you have equipped on Alucard at that specific moment in time. Which is a detail I like. Because as you can see, when he's flapping his wings, it flickers between purple and non-existent. The Ankh of Life, what does that do? That is not the right thing. Improves heal item power, that's actually pretty good. But I'm going to put on the Mystic Pendant, which I just completely forgot I got just then. Which is actually one of my favorite things, because MP obviously auto-restores over time. And it's really good to have that be restored quickly. Don't you love map completion? Boomerang! Sadly not the Zelda item. No, I wonder if any of this game got censored in other regions. I could see it happening. I actually forgot this was up here. What we got? The Morning Star! Completely useless to me. I prefer the sword type items myself. And we can finally find out what was up here. Nothing but map completion. Yay. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is meet you back in that room we weren't able to do anything in, or the little area we weren't able to access in the Colosseum, the ceiling we broke earlier in the part. So I'll meet you guys over there. Anyway, here we are. And let's find out what's been awaiting us this past half hour or so of footage. Although, yeah, it's probably longer than an hour in terms of pure recording. In fact, future me, put the real life timer in that I've been recording right now right on the screen. Wow, that's probably really high. Either way, our reward here is the Holy Sword, which is pretty much the Holy Rod, only more powerful. And we don't get the annoying sound effect, plus it just looks cool. We also get that attack, which is pretty useful. Let's do that, you a Hadoken motion. Anyway, now where I'm going to meet you, for this is the last cut, don't worry for now. I'm going to meet you back at the Orlox Quarters warp room, because now we can fully explore that area. Anyway, here we are, we're back at the warp room. Now we're finally going to go up here to the rest of Orlox Quarters. Mana Prism. That is one of the few MP recovery items I'll actually occasionally use, because that pretty much boosts your... No, I think it fully restores your MP, actually. Actually, why am I using the bat form? Technically speaking, I could use the Boots of Godspeed here, which I prefer to use because it's actually slightly faster. That's satisfying. Good to see these guys again. Fun little fact, actually. This might be the last little celebration video I record as a high school student, actually. By the time this goes up, which is tomorrow, hopefully, barring any unforeseen circumstances, I have like 2 weeks left, which is kind of shocking, because it's kind of funny looking back, because Pat and I just started this channel pretty much on a whim, and here I am doing it as a pretty consistent hobby. Though, mind you, pretty much the rest of the videos you see this year are going to be me as a high school student still, because I record so far in advance. But, yeah. Anyway, welcome to one of my least favorite rooms in the game. Why? It's freaking huge. Making map completion rather annoying. Also, here's my... I mentioned back when we first got to the keep, I believe it was, where the area where we got the leaf stone. Okay, good. That music was kind of loud in my ears, so I can say that without having to hear my... let me restart that sentence. Now I can hear myself think. The moon in this area. You might recall back when we were in the area where we got the leaf stone, I mentioned the moon and how it was big and crescent, I think it was. Now it's far back, small, and full. What the hell happened? Does this game just take place over the course of many, many months and Alucard just moving really slowly or something? That's something to think about. Hey, Garnet! Aren't you supposed to be ruling Alexandria? Oh, wait, right, it blew up. Sorry. Though I really do love this track. Have I said that enough times already? Though this game's soundtrack will get kind of annoying by the end of this, for reasons people who have played the game probably know. What's really weird is that Orlox Quarters, once you get down to it, is actually a pretty small area. And I mean pretty small. Feasibly speaking, I could go back to the big room now, but I want to find something first. Where was that? I think it's on this side. Yes, it is. We got a little secret room. Okay, really? I need to go into bathroom to reach this? Okay. Which contains the sword card, my favorite familiar in the game. And it's doing this again. There we go. The sword familiar is awesome.
Have you power enough to wield me?
By the way, that's something that's really different in the Saturn version. The load time for the familiars is atrocious. In the Japanese version and the PSP version, there's another familiar card there, and one that's rather useless. The Nose Demon. It's some sort of joke to some sort of Japanese comedian. I'm not sure of his name, though. But yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, now we're back in the World Chapel, and I just unlocked a shortcut into it. So now we're gonna go back in here. Anyway, the sword card is awesome. He's one of the only people that familiars that outright attacks your enemies, and it's doing this again. Good lord, that's annoying. As I was saying, the sword familiar outright attacks your enemies. However, he's kind of rock stupid at first. He misses a line, and it takes him a while to get there. However, later in the game, that's gonna change. And once he gets to level 50, I think, he becomes a weapon you can equip, and he's pretty powerful. I don't think he attacks by levels up by attacking his enemies. Yeah, I think it's just killing enemies when he's equipped to you. So he's gonna be pretty much on me for the remaining 85% of the game. Stupid Valhalla Knights. Sounds like a really bad movie, actually. Ah! Give you that, though. They're really good at sneaking up on me. Some people would actually recommend using the axe for this upcoming section for reasons I can understand, but I'm not gonna. Okay, this room's finally complete. In fact, the map is pretty good looking. We're only missing 2, technically 3 areas. But we'll find out what those are later. Now I need to fly all the way up here. And wing crash! Or is it wing smash? You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Wing smash. Sweet. Anyway, this room's pretty odd. Why? Because there's some random-ass thing you can't get through unless you have the bat or wolf form. Mind you need those to get here, so I don't get why this is here. Seriously, why is that there? Anyway, this is a unique-looking door, which means it's probably time for a boss. That and the load time. So who's our boss?
Nosferatu!
That's right, it's good old Nosferatu. Or Orlox, as he is here. Mind you, I think that's actually his name in the freaking book. But it's been a while since I read that, so I don't quite remember. And he actually does have a bit of a plot importance. Apparently he's here to try to steal the castle from Dracula. If I recall the manual correctly. Okay, that's Hellfire, but I'll take it. And he's down, so that's pretty awesome. What the shit? Is transforming into lizards just something all vampires can do upon death? Anyway, he hurts, and he gets pretty ridiculous with his attacks later on in the fight it gets. So take him out as quickly. Oh, this one especially just gets ridiculous. Do I have enough MP for... Oh, really? Now? Good lord, that's seriously annoying. Do I have enough MP? Yes, I do. Why is Soul Seal not working then? Ow! There we go. Anyway, a fun little fact about him is that he actually loses limbs the more and more you damage him. Weird-ass random thing, but I'll take... Whoa, dude! Anyway, he's dead. Suck it. What the Crocomire? Okay, then. That was a thing. And for those who don't know who Crocomire is, either A, go play Super Metroid, or B, wait about 2 or 3 months. Somewhere around there, I want to say. Actually, probably more like 4 months, depending. Ah, that was a weird-ass crack in my ears. Anyway, what is our reward for doing this entire little area? We get the Echo of Bat, which is necessary to progress in another area. Pretty much, press triangle as the bat, and it happens. It can damage some enemies, but it's overall pretty useless. It's only going to be used in one area, which I'm actually going to head over to now, actually. I'm going to meet you back... you might remember last part, the Donkey Kong skeleton broke a little wooden bridge for us. Yeah, we're going to head back down to there. It's right over here for those who forget. Alright, here we are. I actually used this place to get some music to start back up last part, but now we're finally going to see what's on the other end of this place. Welcome to the abandoned mine. I love this track, it's so delightfully creepy. Now there's 2 ways we can go here. We can either go into the higher road or the lower road, which is a save point, so I recommend using the lower road first so you can restore yourself. I don't know what it is about this song that I love, because it should, for all intents and purposes, it should be a song most people hate, because it's really creepy. Maybe it's just the instrumentation, because I love piano. Oh, that's a boss fight. Kerberos! Actually spelled more accurately, or spelled more accurate to its, whoa! Triple finish, what? This is not Brawl! You are not a Charizard, an Ivysaur, and a Squirtle. This guy can also jump, too, but it's a really lazy-looking jump. Because all he does is just kind of levitate. Okay, I'm taking a lot of unnecessary damage. Yeah, he does that whenever you're higher than him, elevation-wise, if you can't tell. Ow! Ow! I have never seen him do that! Ow! Good lord, sir! You were a dick! Either way, he's dead. This room might be important later on, by the way. There's something there, but we can't do anything about that yet. Ow! You freaking Salem witch. Their death animation was changed in the Saturn version, I believe. Whoa, I forgot that happened. For all intents and purposes, I shouldn't, but I did. Anyway, and here's one of my least favorite things about the game, the Gremlin. Not so much in this game, but in some of the DS GBA titles, they are annoying! They also got their name changed in later games, I believe. Anyway, over here we got another familiar card, the Demon card. I'm gonna use him immediately. Well, almost. Well, you'll find out what I mean momentarily. And by that I mean now. Okay, here we go again. Good lord, I'm getting sick and tired of that. Let's equip the Demon card. Got nothing to say? Really? That's unusual. He usually says his line for you first. Oh well. You might be wondering why I'm backtracking. Well, you may have seen that little button that was up there that we couldn't quite hit. Well, this guy might be able to do that.
A switch! Why don't I press it and see?
Hey! Quiet down there! And we get access to this little area, which is full of weed. A lot of weed, actually. Wow, that's a lot of it. We also see these guys, or gals. As you can see, they hurt. It does have quite a bit of HP for this point in the game. But down here's where the big appeal of this room is. The Ring of Ares. One of the best things in the game because it turns your strength up to wazoo, but it also, I think, downright turns your defense to 0. So that's a thing. But there's also this little hidden area, where we get a couple peanuts, barley tea, and power cider. Power cider is pretty much a screen nuke. However, the peanuts are a rather interesting item. The way they're used is that you throw them up in the air, then you catch them to Alucard's mouth in order to get the healing effects from them. And they're pretty potent healers from what I recall. If you're wondering why I have another Demon still equipped, there's another switch you'll be able to press rather soon, I believe. Plus the outright attack, so that's pretty cool. The Nose Demon card I mentioned earlier is pretty much just this guy reskinned, and with different voice clips. Anyway, let's continue exploring over here. There's an area down there we're going to explore soon, but not quite yet. We'll be there, though. Eventually. And we got a warp room here. So that's pretty useful. So now we can come to the abandoned mine whenever we want to. I think that's actually the second to last warp room in the game, too. And down here we can progress with the area. I always think there's something in this wall for some reason, but I know there's not. We got some shiitake mushrooms here, which are a thing. That they are. Here we get a karma coin and a combat knife, which I never use. I think the combat knife is a sword type weapon. Think. Let's see, where am I in recording? 45:42 in terms of my timer. Well, what's the final recording time? I don't know yet. Welcome to the catacombs. Actually the last area we have to explore. Technically. I love and hate this place because, first off, I love the music. Nice and creepy. Though it got really porno-y for a split second there. This area is dangerous. I'm gonna state that outright. But it also is kind of infamous, for me at least, because it has 2 forks that you have to go down. We're going to head straight left first, because it's where we get the Bloodstone, which I forget what that does. Improves your blood healing ability, so it's useful. I had no idea that was there. That's the cat eye circlets. I know what that does for effect, but I forgot that was there entirely, actually. What the cat eye circlet does is there's one enemy in this area, I forget what it's called. We'll see it eventually, though. That upon defeat, I believe, turns into a cat, and if you let it touch you when it's a cat, you get healed for a shitload. Now, I know I was making fun of this soundtrack earlier for having a bit of a porno-y sound right now, but I do love this song. I don't want that, but I still got it. Left is the other half. Yeah, I'll do this now. We get a lot of monster vials here. I think those actually summon some sort of monster to attack for you. I forget, though. Well, now you're just being generous, game. Never mind. Here we got laser guys and kung fu grandpas. Who really kind of got destroyed by my demon familiar, who I should really not have equipped at the moment. Oh, these guys are funny. Glossot's death is that he drops his freaking lantern and dies from it. That's just funny. Now we got a discus wielder. Who has a bit too much HP for his own good, if you ask me. Ballroom seriously, stop that. You're annoying me now, game. That actually lowers my intelligence, huh? Thinking of the Stone Mask is secret, I would expect it to be a pretty decent upgrade. Heart max up, that's useful as always. And over here we get, I think this is the Ice Brand, yeah. This is, I think, stronger than this. No, really? It's weaker than the Holy Sword? Huh. That also has a Hadoken type attack. I think it almost has the exact same animation at that. Oh, you're back. Screw you, I'm going this way. The Catacombs, honestly, though, not a very hard area. Though I do like the random 3D lava, I've just now noticed. And now this room, which I swear is entirely pointless. In fact, is it? Let's soul steal. Yeah, what is the point of this room other than map completion? I believe over here is a save room. Yes, but what's over to the right? So that is more important to me. The Walk Armor. The best armor in the game. Why? It increases your defense as the map gets more covered. Which means by the end of the game, this thing is the most powerful thing. I love it. Just making sure. Anyway, let's use this save point, because we're coming up on something I actually don't like that much. Why? You'll see. Because it's time for our next boss. If it would load. Oh, right. Good lord, that takes far too long sometimes. That took like 5 minutes that time. Either way, time for our next boss. Meet Grand Falloon and what is inside of it, Legion. And yes, your eyes aren't fooling you, that is a giant ball of naked, dead, bald bodies. Gross. But what's this? Apparently there's something inside of it. This is the true form of the monster, who has really powerful lasers. Oh, really? It's just called Grand Falloon in this game. You know what? Actually, no. I'm thinking of, I think it was Dawn of Sorrow that named him Legion. The Legion, honestly, makes much more sense of a name. Obviously, this fight does come in two phases. Knock off the bodies, and then start damaging the guy himself, but he's not that hard. Though I do love his death animation, because I can stand badass Lee in front of fire! That's another life max up for me. God, how much life max ups restored your HP entirely? And what is our reward for fighting that little shit? Well, by the looks of it, nothing yet. Our reward is a sword. The Mormogil, which is actually a pretty badass sword if it's just weaker than the Holy Sword, once again, huh? It's pretty much the opposite of the Holy Sword, actually. The Holy Sword is strong against Undead, the Black Sword is strong against, the Holy Elemental. But the Holy Sword's more useful anyway, because there's a lot more enemies weak to Holy than there are Dark. It's kind of like Final Fantasy VII in that fact, where there's a lot more enemies weak to Air than there is weak to Ice. Because Ice is just not really common as a weakness in 7. Either I'm actually going to jump cut here, because I'm going to meet you guys back at that fork we were kind of at earlier over here. Alright, here we are. Now we can explore the rest of this damn area. No, yeah, there's nothing up there. We can just head over to the right. To another really pointless area. In fact, the thing that really bothers me about this area is that it's not a complete and total bar. There's like 2 little holes that have nothing in them. Okay, slimes. These guys are weak against Holy, but the thing is, they have really high physical defense usually. Don't let that guy charge up, because his laser really hurts. Oh my god, 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 I'm dead. Again. That didn't go well as I thought it would. That sounded a lot better in my head, I'm not gonna lie. Nope, there we go. Notice I usually have this thing on R1. I might fix that in between parts. Anyway, and here is the one purpose of the Echo of Bats. Because there are spikes here, and as I mentioned before, spikes can combo you to death. So you just kind of need to be careful with this. And once you're over this, step on that, and the place lights up. One of the 2 uses of the Echo Bat is done. It's kind of pathetic, honestly. Oh, my phone's dying. Huh. Now, I'm gonna have to charge up after I finish this. We get some cross shurikens, and I forget what's actually underneath here. Karma coins, which are throwable items, they're not that useful. Got a lot of skeletons in this area, actually, which makes sense, because this is the catacombs. That's kind of what they're for, but, yeah. Over here, we get another pretty useful item. If I were to get over there. The Spike Breaker Armor. Remember those spikes in that earlier room? That could combo me to death in the Echo, if I didn't have the Echo Bat? Now we can break those once I get over there. Come on, let's get over there. Stupid were skeletons. How do you even stretch a skeleton like that? In fact, how is a skeleton moving without any freaking tendons? If we can equip the spike armor, we can now break these stupid spikes. And as a Mega Man fan, I must say, this is one of the most satisfying experiences of my life. Yes. Fear me, spikes. Oh, the really screwed up thing is, somehow, the mist can break it. I don't get how that works. I know I'm just kind of overkilling the spikes here because I'm breaking every single one of them, but I deserve this after all my years of playing Mega Man. Except for Battle Network, because for some reason spikes weren't in that series much, if at all. Well, except Network Transmission. And yeah, with that, we're done with the Catacombs. So we're pretty much actually going to need to end this off here once I get back to the save room, actually. Because we've done quite a bit in this part. In fact, you know what? Once again, future me, put the raw recording time on the screen. And the raw recording file size. Yowza, that's probably really high. Thanks, Fraps. Thanks. I like Fraps, but seriously, those file sizes are ridiculous. And here we are. That's pretty good timing, too, 5808. On my end, at least. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 4, we're going to meet back up here, actually, because now that we can break the spikes that were up there. And I'd like to thank you guys very much so for 90 subscribers. I never thought we'd see the day where we got 50, let alone 90. Let us head for 100, folks, in heavy stride. See you guys then.